scared the shit out of me. How did you get into my home? I was just ingesting a bit of research on the wacky world of black holes. Now that you've broken into my house, do you care to join me? We should probably begin our little journey around the start. A couple billion, trillion years ago, it was kind of nothing. And fast forward again, another few million or billion years, and little gases and little bits come together to make what's called a protostar. These bad boys are a little sad to look at, if you ask me. Not even capable of forming nuclear fission. Ugh. What's up with that? Stage 2 is where things really start heating up. At this point, our baby star is approaching temperatures of about 15 million degrees centigrade, which is a little toasty if you ask me. After a while, our little bundle of fire and joy ain't looking so little anymore. They just keep getting bigger until eventually they can fuse hydrogen. Yay! Isn't that crazy kooky? Now we're cooking with gas. Or plasma. Now this is epic. How about we add a little more sauce to the pot? Well, standing at about 1 billion kilometers, or 17,599,999.9933 football fields, for all of you Americans out there, we end up with what's known as a red supergiant. Kind of big. It's a lot of football fields. These massive stars burn away quickly when compared to the others, and they typically don't create dense elements around their cores, only creating elements as heavy as iron. Now, we have a pretty substantial star in our hands, and it's starting to look a little critical. It's so thick that the force of its core pushing outwards is losing to the force of gravity pushing inwards. All that mass is just crammed into an infinitely small space, one-dimensional space, known as the singularity. Voila! Now we have ourselves a very own black hole. Sort of neat. What? You're not in the script? Who are you? Why are so many people breaking into my house tonight? And the same night? The likelihood that's kind of low, don't you think? Okay.
I couldn't help but overhear you talking about black holes, and so I took this opportunity to break into your home.
Okay, but why are you a ghost? And why do you have a script?
Oh. The event horizon is a very wacky place to be. You know time, right? The indefinite, continued progress of existence and events in the past, present, and future regarded as a whole? Yeah, that gets a little goofy around objects as absolutely chunky as black holes. The light must always appear to travel at just under 300,000 kilometers per second. That's really fast. Relative to each individual. If you're next to a black hole where light is bent around it, then the time must compensate by slowing down around you, because I already mentioned that light must travel at the same speed relative to each person. To an outside observer, you would slow down almost completely. To you, you would see everything in the universe speeding up at an incredibly fast rate. As I said, things are a little wacky here. This is also where gravitational redshift occurs. Gravitational redshift is a product of both the Doppler effect and gravity, as light is warped around in such a way that shorter wavelengths appear to be skipped. After a short while, this only leaves a red hue on an object.
Okay. That's all very insightful, but I won't go out of my house. This is really weird.
I've always been here, and
What are you talking about?
will.
Well, at least he's gone now. What a weirdo. we have a little ditty known as Hawking radiation. It's a type of radiation that is exclusively emitted by black holes. Look at these little guys, little tiny, little small and tiny. Don't be fooled though. The smaller the black hole, the more spicy that radiation is. Could burn you up in seconds. What? Okay. The Buzzy Boys are created as a result of twin virtual particles emerging within the vacuum around the black hole and are separated by gravity's effects on them. Usually, they recombine and re-enter the black hole. However, in some cases, the separation causes one half of the pair to escape as real radiation. The Matrix is a warning, guys. Come on, sheeple. So Harvey... Stephen Hawking's theory goes as follows. Hawking's own popular explanation of the mathematics describes fleeting virtual particles affected by extreme gravity, with one half of the pair removing mass from the black hole, thanks to extreme gravity providing the particles with negative energy. Isn't it weird that they named a guy after a type of radiation? Crazy. Well, thanks for breaking into my house. That was it's really cool of you to do. Yeah. Hopefully your brain grew 3 sizes this day. Yeah, get out of my house. I'm calling the police.